Yeah, 2nd of September here in Vrindavan. As you can see, the Yamuna has gone a little further into Blvd. Still, in the background way back there, you can see a line of trees. And they're like on a little node that goes up about, I'd say about at least 10 to 15 feet higher. And that's the height of Blvd. So if it actually went in all the way to Blvd, we certainly would see it here, because we're about 5 feet down from right here on Parikram Marg. Other places are covered, you know, on Parikram Marg, but not that deep. I've seen Parikram Marg so deep that they put some boats on it over by Sanatan Goswami Maharaj's Madan Gopal temple, Shri Madan Gopala temple. Yeah, taking boat rides. And that's, you know, at the back entrance of Banka Bihari. So a lot of people, you know, can't park your car at that time around there. And I don't know if you can see it, but one boatman's having a excursion out there. He's going into, yeah, I thought so. He went right up into there. Yeah, taking the tourists for a little excursion in there. Aye. And of course, one little sadhu's had his hut, you know, just a grass hut, and it's under. But this is not that deep. And I don't think it's going to come that much more deeper. The only thing we were worried about is because in Jammu there was a you know, like a flash flood, and that's certainly a little bit of the effect is coming down, but it's really regulated, so there's no big problems here. They gave out life jackets to the boatmen, and if you look, there's no life jacket. These guys are really something else. They're supposed to have some life jackets on their boats, but like I said, the kids of the boatmen, they'll swim in this water, you know. Yeah, they'll have some fun swimming in the water. I get scared watching them. They'll just take a piece of that, you know, that foam that people use for doing dandotri, and they'll take the foam and ride on it right out into the river, and then, you know, just jump off and swim back without it. Yeah, there's something else. No, I mean, like small kids too. Oh, maybe 10, 14-year-old kids. They have fun here in Yamuna. So you got to swim real hard. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, you can. It's still it's raining off and on, and we're doing a Ganesh. We're doing a Ganesh Sovayatra. The thing that I like, there's just different moods to these different prikrams. Like, we're going to do a Ganesh one. But this Ganesh one is being done on purpose on a Tuesday, not close to Sunday, on a Tuesday after Radhastami, after almost all of Vrindavan has been emptied out. Because this is actually sponsored by the ladies, not, you know, the actual Radha Raman, but they're the ladies' husbands that are there in Radha Raman. They sponsor this one, and they wanted a nice, calm one. They don't do a late night one. They'll do, you know, maybe we'll start at 5 o'clock, and we'll end a little bit into the dark, but that's it. Once the darkness sets in, I'll tell you, it's not really good to be out, because you have a place where there's the highest of the highest that can happen, but you have to remember nature balance itself out. So the lowest of the lowest can happen here too. And when Buddha, he visited this place, and it's written down. A person who does historical books in Delhi, and he lives in Mathura, he goes there and he goes through historical books. He told me the story itself. And Buddha came here. I don't know which one of the Buddhas. Buddha came here, and because there was a human eating tribe living outside of Mathura, and the Mathura Vasis had to give them a child every month. So they didn't ask Buddha to come, but Buddha understood and came himself. And I always say this, it was amazing to the Mathura Vasis because he didn't stop to talk to them. He just went straight into the camp that was, outside of the Mathura city. And he sat and he talked to the head guy. And of course, the head guy changed his mind, became a disciple and everything. So here you will find the highest of the highest and the lowest of the lowest. It's not so much now, but before, the Keshi Ghat area, you would see pictures so many times pasted on there that lost my mother, lost my child, lost my husband, lost my this, lost my that, and posted all over the place. So it's known to have some bad situations around here, and it's nice because the tantrics were the tantrics were here and heavy in Vrindavan and Mathura. But what happened is the tantrics killed each other. There's so many funny stories that a tantric shouldn't tell another tantric. One tantric should not tell another tantric. He shouldn't tell somebody about the other tantric. And so he showed the other tantric who had stolen his property. And when the boy went over to kill him, that tantric escaped, but he killed the tantric that broke the rules. You're not supposed to do that. So he had broken the rules, so it was his turn to die instead of him. So there were some heavy tantrics here, not small tantrics. And in the time of Bhaktivinoda, there were heavy thieves, and they were all in the same family. In 1977, when I first came here to Vrindavan, we stayed at Fogel Ashram, which was hardly anything. And on top of our roof, there was men with spears. There was a wall, but they told us that the thieves come and they throw ladders up, and they just go over the wall. And I know so many stories. I know so many stories. I know so many people that they just wanted to take somebody's land, and maybe some sadhu was just living there, and they just come out at night with a whole band of thieves and everything, and kill them, throw them out, and take over the land. A lot of this land was owned by Bengalis that never came back. They decided, oh, I want to go to Vrindavan, I want to have a house there. But then after a while, they saw how dangerous it was, and they left it. And nobody can find out who's the owner of a lot of the land around here. Yeah. Maybe by now everybody's stolen whatever they had to steal, and you don't have to worry about it. But there's a lot of land that has no owner, and they don't know who the owner is and everything. Yeah. When I was going to Seva Kunj at night, I'd help this one little old lady. She was taking care of what Maharaj Madhusudana was taking care of, and calling, Purnamasi, Annapurna Purnamasi. So sometimes I'd go there because she was so old she couldn't do it, and the pujari wouldn't come. So I'd say, okay, I'll come. And so I dressed her, or I'd bathe her. So I was having a wonderful time. And I was, telling one milkman to give her a half of a liter every day because she loved milk. So one time they just wanted to take the land. So the pujari was in there, and at that time, and all of a sudden they just started shooting at him. He got one shot near the butt and everything, but that's about it. He was able to escape from there. Later on, they who weren't really the owners, somehow or other did get some way to be able to sell that land, and Madhusudana Maharaj had bought it. Of course, they raised the price. I would go in there and I'd ask him how much, and it was, maybe I shouldn't tell it. Yeah, I would ask how much, and he said 7 lakh. But by the time that they had taken it and got papers and everything, it was 45 lakh. So, a nice raise on the price there. Ah, my Lord. So I'm just trying to, not talking bad, but people should understand that holy places, they attract both sides, because there has to be some balance. There has to be some balance. That's how Mother Nature is. If there's piety, there has to be people that are impious. There has to be. If there's spirituality, there is no need of balance. That's on the eternal plane. Everybody is thinking, oh, I want something good, but that's pious. You might as well ask for something bad, because they're both the same. And one annihilates the other one. So, pious, impious is junk. No matter how much money, how much this, that, and the other, in pious activity, it can't satisfy. That's why the demigods want to be born on this earth, especially at this time, where chanting Hare Krishna is the easiest thing to do. Other centuries it was so difficult. Anyways, I think I better get going, because we have to get ready for the Sobha Yatra tonight. That was enough on Vrindavan.